All right, all right. Welcome back. It is 4:08, and we are going live, baby. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Christian Clay. The guests that I bring onto the channel are realtors that are on my real estate team that are experts in their area, like Mr. Willis here. And that's how we're able to give you these in-depth, comprehensive breakdowns of these areas, right, from Tampa to Orlando. It's not pretty, but I promise you, we're going to give you. Well, how am I? Listen. This is a driving tour, people. So we're going to give you a driving tour. We're going to show you the amenities. We're going to talk about all of the numbers, the good, the bad, the BS that can happen when it comes to buying new construction, home tours, all of that good stuff. So you have to stick around. But with us today is Mr. Josh Willis. Jeez, it's only Thursday. I'm like stuttering over my words. What's up, man? How are you?
Today? Oh, man, I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, man. So what are we taking a look at today?
Yeah, so we got a little bit deeper today. We're going into Kissimmee, Florida. We're checking out Storey Creek. You're going to have two builders out here, Lennar and Land C. You got about 1,000 homes going on out here. They are in their final phase, so they only have about 200 left. But this community is for all the people that are asking, hey, I want amenities.
Yeah.
I want a lot of things for my kids to do. I don't want to have to leave my community for my kids to be able to do things. This is it.
I'm excited about this one. I'm going to be completely honest. The amount of new construction homes that I've sold, I have never sold in Storey Creek. So I'm learning today, which is always exciting. All right, so where are we located? I just want to give everybody a quick rundown. Who here is familiar with Orlando? Raise your hand. Yay. Who here is familiar with Tampa? Way down here. Here's Interstate I-4. All right. And within Kissimmee, right over here off of Highway 17 is Storey Creek. Now, what's really cool is you're not far from a lot of things, right? There's Publix over here. You have some shopping over here. You're not in that woodsy area, so to speak. 28 minutes to Disney. It could be a little longer as it shows. And 28 minutes to an hour to the international airport. So I would say one perk to this community right here, or just Kissimmee in general in a lot of parts, is you have good proximity to the parks and both the airport, so which is really cool.
Yeah, the location's great for this community. I mean, we talk about Posner Park all the time, but before Posner Park, there was the Loop.
The
and
Loop.
This place is about 5 minutes from the Loop.
Dude, wait, hold on. The Loop versus Posner. The Loop like engulfs Posner, eats it like 12 times.
The Loop is huge, and it also has a Dick's. It still has a Dick's.
You got to have a Dick's Sporting Goods, people. I'm gonna go get me a putter sometime this week. That's cool.
But yeah, driving through this community, you'll notice that a lot of these homes are like wood frame.
Okay.
Those are done. All the rest of the homes that are being built out here are going to be block homes. Just wanted to throw that out.
In case anybody is wondering about insurance, we have a few insurance brokers that we usually help our clients shop for insurance, right? So they don't work for one particular company, but they'll be able to shop for insurance for you. And typically, new construction, hold on, look at this little lake view right here. And I'm looking at a sidewalk. So this looks like a very walkable community. I'm sorry, people. So, yeah, we have insurance brokers that can shop for multiple insurance policies for you. Check this out right here. That's nice. So you have Mother Nature within the community.
Yeah, they have quite a few walking trails out here that are nature driven.
Yeah, that's very, very, very nice. Well, hit us with the fees and the numbers.
Yeah, so like I said, you're going to have two builders, but today we're focusing on Lennar. So you're going to have 1,018 homes. You're going to have homes ranging from 325,000 up to 500,000, 3 to 5 bed, 2 to 3 bath. The homes range from 1,200 all the way up to just under 3,000 square feet. The HOA and CDD, they vary because the home sites go from 40 to 50-foot lots.
Okay.
So it could be 132 to 146 on your HOA. It could be 141 to 182 on your CDD, depending on 40 or 50-foot lots.
Okay.
It is 7-month lease. Okay. So it's going to come with, you ready? We got to use the whole segment for this because there's a lot of stuff.
All right. Hold on.
Perfect.
No. That's the one I wanted.
There we go.
All right. Hit me with it.
All right. So we got a pool. We got a dog park. We got tennis courts. You got beach volleyball. You got basketball courts, playgrounds, sports fields, clubhouse with on-site staff,
Wait, with
and
on-site staff?
with on-site staff.
Okay. For this HOA and CDD? Okay, keep going.
And the biggest one to me is all your landscaping is included in this price.
Okay. We have a question that we're going to be going over here from one of our subscribers that is on the Rewatch Squad. Man, that's huge. So go ahead and jump into the lease ordeal. Then you talk about the lease restrictions.
Yeah, so the lease restrictions out here, you're going to have seven months. So long-term rentals you can do out here.
That's cool. And then all of your landscaping included, and these aren't townhomes. These are single family. That's huge.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a lot of this wooded preserve area. So what I really like about it is, yes, are there a lot of homes? Absolutely. In Kissimmee, there are a lot of freaking people in Kissimmee, right? Because you're pushing in closer to Orlando. Mind you, this is still one of the more affordable areas in Orlando. So it's that mixture between close proximity, affordability. There's a lot of people here. But the fact that they're mixing in some of these wooded preserve and keeping it very natural, I like.
Yeah, like I said, for the families that are looking for big amenities, they want to live somewhere that their kids don't have to go anywhere. They got all kinds of stuff to do. So you got all these amenities. And on top of that, just to the right and just across the street is your middle school and your elementary school. So, I mean, both of them are walkable. Both of them are next door to the community. I mean, this is literally a community that you don't have to leave with your kids.
That's awesome. And right outside, like you said, all of the shopping, you're not far from the loop. So you're just not far from things.
And you're real close to 192.
Which is 192. What's the best way that you could describe 192?
I mean, it is just a huge artery that has, I mean, every restaurant you could think of.
Yeah.
You got Old Town, which is, I mean, it's great, which has fun spot for the kids. So you can do your go-kart rides.
Yeah.
Ferris wheel, roller coasters. I mean,
it reminds me of like the tourist part of Orlando, right?
Yeah.
So like you're reminded if you live by 192 or if you ever have to drive down 192, you're just like, okay, cool. I'm in like the tourist capital of the world here. And then, you know, you venture off into your community like this that, you know, people that are visiting don't really get to see.
And when people are moving to Florida, they're thinking about fun in the sun. 192 also has that new awesome water park that they just put in at Margaritaville, H2O.
Oh, I got to check that out. Now that Wet and Wild is not around anymore.
Yeah, Water Mania and Wet and Wild is long gone for us, man. Our childhood
long gone.
Down the drain.
Anything else about this community as far as numbers or, you know, something that they would need to know before we push on to the home tour?
No, the other numbers I want to do when we're in the home because it'll be about the home.
Awesome. If you feel like we've gone too fast on this home tour, if any of you want the full driving tour, we have like a half hour's worth. Send us an email or text and we can get that directly over to you. Before we move on to the home tour, I do want to let you know down in the description below is a link. I created my own home value estimator that is way better than Zillow's estimates, a lot more accurate. And the reason why I did that is because I had a client, Zillow said, our home is worth this, and we ended up selling here. So we saved a lot of money. And I rolled up my sleeves, and I got to work. And you know what's really cool? If you can even use this, you don't have to be in Florida, although it says, what's your Florida home worth? You can use this anywhere else, okay? So give it a check down in the description below. Super easy to use. Type your address in, a way that you can get your report, and it will funnel right over to you. All right, let's get right into this.
Yeah, so we got the Columbia model today. This is going to be a 5-bed, 2.5 bath, $2,370 on your square footage. And like I said, it looks like, you know, canary yellow wood frame house from the outside. These are all block homes moving forward.
A little bit of a different type of touch. This is a very popular model. I believe within our catalog of videos that we might have like 5 different Columbia tours, right? So if any of you want to see different finishes within these homes, you can always email us too so we can get them to you. But very, very popular floor plan.
Yeah. This is one of the more popular 2-stories that Lennar builds.
So Lennar is a spec builder, so definitely not built for the person that is wanting to do those finishes. They're not going to do the packages where you can say, I want package A. Now, you kind of can, right? So you see how this tile is that 70-30 stagger, where it's the square tile, but it's not like aligned. They'll do that in some of the homes, right? They'll have some white cabinet homes with gray countertops and vice versa. And so from a standpoint of you may like that type of cabinetry, you could probably find a lot that would have those finishes for you. But if you're somebody that wants to select cabinet A with flooring B, this isn't the builder for you. This is simply not.
No, this builder here is going to be more about the affordability, which with that affordability, you're going to get a better price, and you can always do the upgrade yourself later at a lot cheaper price than what you're going to pay someone to do it for you as far as a builder.
100%. Yeah, aftermarket is the way to go if you could. I always tell you, anybody that's getting in at this entry level, and that's what we call it, right? It's an entry level builder. If you're getting in at the entry level, beat it up. If you get Formica countertops, if you get the carpet in the rooms, beat it up for a few years, rip it up, and then get it aftermarket. And that's always the way to go.
One of the major things with this builder, as you see all the appliances we're looking at, they do all come included. So you're saving a ton of money on appliances as far as your refrigerator, your stove, dishwasher, washer, dryer. I mean, all that stuff adds up to a lot of money.
Yeah. You don't want to get to your final walkthrough and realize that you don't have a refrigerator. And you're just like, oh, shoot. Not only do we have the U-Haul that I have to pay for and the storage that I have to pay for, and maybe one last mortgage payment on my home that I'm selling, now I have to buy a refrigerator. Now I have to buy a washer or dryer. So these things are extremely, extremely helpful. There's a lot of moving parts when it comes to purchasing a home, let alone new construction. And here's why. The builder is going to look out for the builder's self. And I bring this up all of the time. So I want to make sure I'm not missing this for people. The builder is wanting the path of least resistance for you to back out of the home. They want to close this damn thing, right? So there are a few things that can stop this home from closing. One of them is qualifying for the loan, right? The qualifying process is a long one. That's why it typically takes about 30, 45 days at minimum for you to qualify for a loan, because the lender has to get your pay stubs. It has to get your W-2s. You may be transferring jobs, so you have to get an offer letter. So the way that they could mitigate that from slowing down the closing is incentivizing you to use their lender. That's something that we really can't argue with, right? Like if we're getting 15 grand or if we're getting a lower interest rate to use their lender, it's like a no-brainer. And for that sense, they can actually see what's going on behind the scenes. It's not really hidden, right? You know, if you're missing something, Lennar's lender will tell the sales rep like, hey, we're going to be behind a little bit. The next thing is going to be appraisals, which I feel like builders do a great job with appraisals. They don't really bump the price up too quickly, although there have been a few times where we've ran into some appraisal issues and we had to beat that. But for the most part, you don't really run into appraisal issues. The next thing is you getting cold feet, and how they mitigate that is by holding on to your deposit. Once you go under contract on these homes, it's a very, very rare chance that you're going to get your deposit back. There is a chance you will get your deposit back, but they try to make it to where the builder does not lose, right? So when you go under contract, you have to be satisfied with the home. The last thing and the most important thing is inspections. Inspections equal repairs. The only time that I've had homes that were fully done, loans that were fully completed, but we couldn't close is because we were telling the builder we were not satisfied with the home, right? The builder's not going to tell you that you can conduct an inspection. It's in your contract, but the builder's not going to tell you these things. What they do is they call it a new home orientation. Doesn't that sound much better than a home inspection? If somebody were to tell me, hey, you're getting your brand new truck orientation, I'm going to be like, okay, cool. Show me where to shift this thing, what to click, versus, hey, we're going to inspect the truck. So you do get the opportunity to hire the outside inspector to come in. It's in your contract, but they're not going to tell you this. Why would they tell you that? Because it's just going to slow things down if they find things that are wrong with the home. So those are things that you have to look out for, that we always make sure that our clients have the opportunity to understand. You got any inspection questions?
If you were offered to be able to do an inspection, are you going to take it?
You know, yes. Everybody shake your head. Yes. We're supposed to do this every episode. Yes. Take the inspection. Now, I have clients from time to time that say no, and that's fine. The home inspection from the outside inspector comes from comes out of your pocket. Yes, you have to pay for it, right? An inspection is going to be somewhere between $500 to $700, depending on which inspector you get. We have a list of trusted vendors that we use. We don't select the inspector, but we'll give you our list that have done many of our new construction homes. And, you can talk to whoever you feel comfortable with. But yes, to answer your question, get the outside inspection done, right? Because then if you can show up to that new home orientation with that inspection report in your hand, it saves your breath from telling, the construction manager what's wrong with the home.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer to me. If you're going to spend this much money on a home, why not an extra couple $100 to have someone outside who has nothing to do with this home come in and take a look at it, who's an expert in that field?
You know who the best home inspector is? An ex-carpenter, because ex-carpenters built homes way different than they do today. So they already come into these homes with a little qualm on their shoulders, right? They're already like, I'm going to show these people what they're doing wrong here, right? It's like the old golfer versus the new age golfer. He's like, I'm going to show you how you properly putt. So I like those old carpenters to come in here and they are ready. They're ready to find something that's wrong with the home. And from me to you, I'm okay with that. I prefer somebody to come in with the mentality that I'm going to find something wrong with the home versus I'm going to come in and see what's going on with the home. So
Now, I don't have the experience as the old carpenters, but there was a point in my life that I actually did carpentry work.
oh, you may make a good home inspector.
Uh,
One
I
thing I
don't know
know
about
you
that,
are
but
good at, you're good at the new home orientation where you can point things
no,
out and hold the
I
builder
do have the
accountable.
eyes for that.
Yeah,
I did enough new homes when I was a carpenter that I know what to look for when it comes to that.
absolutely. But yeah, so take advantage of that, people. We always say that the quality of the home is only as good as the construction manager within the community. Lennar, surprisingly, on their new home orientations, are not that bad. There are some builders that will not fully finish the home on purpose because they know you're going to get the home inspection done, or they just put it in their mind, okay, somebody's going to come pick it apart already, so I'm not even going to finish the damn home. And to me, I hate that because it just gets all of these cosmetic things just get in our way. Like, I want you to show me your product, show me it's done, allow me to come in and then fix the issues. So, but surprisingly, Lennar has been one of those builders where they have tried to complete the entire thing and showed us what they feel like is their completed product before we can go in there and then start picking it apart.
Correct.
Woo! What are the price points out here? What's the price
So
point for a Columbia roughly?
a Columbia roughly is starting in the 435 range.
Okay, not bad. Plus the lawn maintenance that comes with the HOA CDD. I feel like that's a good bang for the buck with the HOA CDD. Forgot to mention, we do have a comment from a subscriber that was on the Rewatch Squad. Her name is Yarlin Bernal. I'm probably saying that wrong. Yarlin Bernal. Let's see. Hey, maybe that's a little better, okay? Cascades or Estonia? This is actually a good one. Cascades or Estonia? Thoughts? Looking for an investment property, LTR. I'm assuming that's later. What's your thoughts on that? Cascades versus Estonia.
Oh man, I really like that question because those two communities right there. I mean, I love both of them. You got Estonia, great location, right by Posner, right there on Ernie Caldwell, quick access uh, to I-4, quick access into Champions Gate. HOA and CDD is around 180, so not bad for the Davenport area.
Yeah.
They have the pools. They have 3 or 4 different builders out there, but Cascades, dude, let me tell you, Cascades, man, the amenities that they don't quite trump this community here,
Yeah.
but you're gonna have a way less price point at Cascades. The HOA CDD is only going to be about 50, $60 more, and the internet is included in Cascades, so that pretty much takes that difference right there.
And remember, she's saying an investment too, right? So internet coming with the HOA CDD out there is pretty big, right? Keeping tenants
Yeah,
inside of your investment property.
and Cascades is pretty much like it's almost like a resort community. They're gonna have a huge, huge pool with a clubhouse. That place has like fire pits. They're gonna have a gym in there. They've even got places like they're gonna have like culinary classes, and they've got outdoor grills at the pool, and it's literally right behind the hospital. You got Publix right across the street, so your renters are coming in. I mean, they got places to work. It's easy transportation. I mean, if they're going to work at the hospital, they can almost walk there. I wouldn't
Yeah.
suggest it,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you absolutely had to, you could walk.
Which I tell you what,
Whereas a
in
stone,
Davenport, the hospital might be the largest employer in Davenport because there's what?
yeah,
I know there's that one on 27. Are there other hospitals in Davenport? I know they have the Orlando Health opening up over there by Champsgate.
yeah, towards Claremont.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So, I
they
mean,
have the they
safe
have the
employment
the
right there.
hospital, the doctor offices that are butted up next to it. I think they all coexist with each other. So you have all of them. There's actually a new uh, it's not really a hospital, but it's like a clinic type place opening
Yeah.
up across the street from it. They got another clinic across the street from that. So I mean, healthcare everywhere, like
Yeah, healthcare
right there.
everywhere, and it's not going away, and it's one of the most balanced sources of income that you'll see in Florida. Obviously, besides your servers and people that are in the field of like entertainment and such.
Yeah,
So I would say from an investment standpoint, Cascade would be would overtake Estonia. I would personally say that if I were to choose a location to live out of those two, I would go Estonia. I think Estonia is a little more pleasing to the eye. I think it's on the east side of Highway 27, kind of tucked away from Posner a little bit. So you're in the part of Davenport that just doesn't have the traffic, and there's a lot of green space. It's not going to have the amenities like you said, right? But me personally, I'd want to stay away from those things. Whereas an investment property, right, you're looking for people that need to get to maybe public transportation or some restaurants and things to do. Cascades is going to win for sure.
yeah. Cascades is definitely your better on the rental side, and I would definitely agree. Estonia would be a better place as that forever home, and
Absolutely.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay Willie. I was just going to cut up, man.
No,
See if anybody in here had any questions. We have 3 people in here. We have 1 like. I'm going to find out who those 2 people are right freaking now. I have this software where I can just click one button and it'll tell me your names. I'm kidding.
yeah, no. I was just gonna touch on that. The rent in both of those communities, I mean, they're pretty much the same. Whereas Cascade, you're gonna have a lower price point to buy a home, so
Yeah.
you,
There you
you have
go.
a little bit more money on the side to make as far as
Yeah.
your
You're going to
profit
be in the
goes.
green a little bit. Look at that. We jumped up to 3 likes. Well, now we got 4 people in here. Yeah, so no, I mean that's real cool. I think my favorite part about these community tours and these home tours, like obviously like teaching everybody about these areas, how the process works, but more than that is enlightening you on what goes on during the buying process. It's so stressful, not for me, right? But like all of our clients, maybe 95 of them on the buy side, are people that are moving from other states. And, the amount of stress that you already have on selling your home, paying to relocate, maybe you have schools involved, maybe you have jobs involved. And then on top of that, you're dealing a lot of times with the builder that is looking out for themselves. And so that's where we come into play, right? Of course, I would love to connect you with the right community. I promise you that with our team, we'll do that. But more importantly, like I want to make sure that you're covered and you're safe. So I would always say, especially with a builder like this, Lennar's one of those builders. You don't want to don't fill anything out unless you talk to one of whoever's going to represent you first. I always say this: would love for it to be us. Doesn't have to, but don't just walk in there. Their objective is like a Venus flytrap, right? It's like they want to keep you in there. I promise you that. Okay. All right. So Eric O, he says, how much is his home? Got in a little late.
This is the 435 price range starting price.
435, Eric. You're gonna have to rewatch this one, man. We showcased the proximity. The amenities in here were really cool. If you're somebody that doesn't like to do yard work, like myself, believe it or not, all of that comes included inside of your HOA and CDD. So there's some really cool perks within this community. And if you're somebody that's been looking at Davenport, and you have a little bit more of a budget, not much, you might want to check this area out right here because you're going to be a lot closer to things. Now, a question to you is Davenport or Kissimmee, which one has the worst traffic?
Whew.
I'm going Kissimmee all day. I'm going
Yeah,
Kissimmee
I,
all
I
day.
I would have to say Kissimmee.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And
Davenport can get pretty bad in certain areas, but
yeah.
Kissimmee, I mean, you're in traffic no matter where you go.
Yeah. And it's just, the closer you get to Orlando, the more traffic you're going to have to deal with. And so sometimes these suburbs are appealing. If you'll come to realize, like a lot of our clients in Tampa, they'll move down here because of the beaches. And after their first year, I'll talk to them and I'm like, well, how many times did you go to the beach? Once, twice. Like, you may not need to be next to the theme parks all the time. You'll realize that sometimes once or twice a year is fine. And you may be okay living an hour away from the theme park. So just some things to keep in mind. But yeah, I mean, we do these things live. Sometimes we do them on, pre-recorded, but we want you all to chime in just like Eric did. And we'll try to grab some questions for people that are, rewatching it so we could answer those things for you. So I hope this is bringing everybody value. If it is, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You got anything else for him, Big Dog?
No, that's about it.
Cool. Hey, make sure you guys are subscribed. I don't want the algorithm to show you once, twice, three times. You may like it, but the fact that you're not hitting the thumbs up button and the subscribe button, the algorithm may say, hey, you might not like this Christian guy. So they may start showing you some other people, right? So I don't want to lose you guys. Make sure you subscribe to us so you do not miss an episode. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Later.